Good evening everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Wednesday the 2nd of July and today sees the start of the Redcar Athletic season. But it's not the first team, it's the brand new under-21 side, and we're going to be heading down the North Yorkshire coast to Whitby to see them take on Whitby Fishermans. Now, this is going to be an interesting video for all Redcar fans about our new changes in our setup of our underage teams and our first behind the scenes video where we actually interview management, players and staff of Redcar Athletic. So it's also got some wider appeal, and of course we'll get a nice chance to look at the beautiful seaside town that is Whitby. So without further ado, let's jump in the work and head down the North Yorkshire coast to Whitby. So here we are in Whitby, and like any self-respecting football fan, the only thing to do when you come to Whitby is to go into town and to grab some fish and chips. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. Let's walk into town and let's take you with me while we go and check out the fish and chips in Whitby. So here we are at the Harbour Bridge. Let's have a quick look around and see what we can find in the way of fish and chips. Off in the distance there is where we all head out to sea. Stick of rock, anyone? God, yeah, I have to say one of my teeth has just fallen out just looking at them. And after checking out all the options, we've decided to go for Angel Fisheries. So here we go, cod and chips, let's tuck in. Well, I have to say that fish and chips was not too shabby, as they used to say in South Wales when I lived there. But now it's time to turn our attention back to the game. Now, some of you might be thinking, "Oi Dave, aren't you going to do that there walking and talking thing that they all do before games?" Well, no, I'm not. I thought I'd stay here in one place, as it happens, because unlike the 20 or 30 year olds who make most of these things, I found out on Saturday that I actually get pretty out of breath when I attempt to do something as strenuous as walking along. So I thought we'd stay put. And we're going to focus on Whitby Fisherman development versus Redcar Athletic under-21. First ever game for the under-21 sides. Whitby Fisherman's men's first team play in the North Riding Senior League Premier Division. They're always one of the leading sides, and that is step 7 of the non-league pyramid. But of course today it's their development team, and Redcar Athletic under-21s are a new team created for the new forthcoming Durham FA midweek league, the strength of which is yet to be known, but it's supposedly going to be an elite under-21 competition. So we'll get an idea of the relative strength today. Not sure what to expect from this game because we don't really know the relative strength of each teams towards each other, but we're going to find out all about the under-21s before the game. So let's head off to Eskdale School and find out how it all unfolds. So here we are at Eskdale School, and I'm here along with first team kit manager Brian Macker, and we're about to go in to see how it all unfolds. So here we are up at Eskdale School, and I'm joined by Danny Todd, who's going to be taking charge of the first ever Redcar Athletic under-21 game tonight. Danny, tell us a little bit about this new team and what the thought process was behind starting an under-21 team at Redcar.
Yeah, so a couple of reasons really. We wanted a closer link to the first team than the reserves provided last year. Although we tried our best, the standard that the reserves were playing at, some weeks was good standard, some weeks was so-so. So part of the reasoning behind this was we wanted to play quality opposition every week and get the young lads who are potentially looking at playing Northern League football and higher, hopefully one day for the first team, a taste of some competitive football, extremely competitive football. Although a lot of the games last year were tough, some of the lads that have played tonight, hopefully I'll see a big improvement because they've had a season in men's football, and then a lot of the other younger lads haven't played men's football at all before, but we've got some really good players, and hopefully tonight will be the first time that everyone sees some of the talent that we've got to offer, and hopefully one day in a couple of years' time, a couple of these lads might be potentially playing for our first team.
And tell us about this new midweek league that they're going to be playing in. How is that going to sort of work?
Yeah, so it's brand new. We don't know yet, depending on how many teams enter the league, whether we'll be playing every week or every other week. Whatever happens, the teams that we're playing are proper teams. There are some of them are college programs, some of them are university programs, and some of the teams that we'll be playing are teams that have got teams in the Northern League and higher. So Wednesday nights mainly, some will change, but it also means that some of the lads can play men's football on a weekend as well, which is good. So excited, looking forward to getting started tonight. Hopefully we'll go well, I'm sure it will. And yeah, hopefully tonight will be the first glimpse of what we've got up and coming at the club.
And finally, you've already touched on it a bit earlier on, but obviously supporters have noticed that over the last couple of years in particular, there hasn't really been a pathway to the first team from our underage sides. You know, people have seen that there's no one really been coming through. I'm guessing that one of the main reasons for starting this under-21 side is to put that right.
Yeah, we're hoping to bridge the gap between sort of the junior sides and the men's senior team. Obviously I run the reserves last year, and on the pitch potentially wasn't a success, or when you look at the stats and so on and so forth, it doesn't look like a success, but it was for me. A lot of the, well, probably a handful of the lads, 4 or 5 of the lads that are playing tonight played last year, so like I said, have had a season in men's football, which will do well, which will help them, sorry. So I'm really hoping that the lads will do well this season. I'm sure they will.
Well, best of luck tonight. Let's hope we start with a win.
Lovely, thanks Dave.
Cheers.
I'm Daniel Blair, I'm 16 years old and I play centre midfield. Harvey Clark, 16, centre half. I'm Kieran Easton, I'm 17 and I'm a forward.
I'm JT, 16, I'm on the right hand side.
James Atkinson, 17, left back.
Jacob Caveney, 16, goalkeeper.
Shea Dixon, 16, I'm a striker.
Oscar Bennett, 17, full back.
Jake Cole, 17, midfielder.
Come on, Lucas! Brad, it's going to be you, Brad!
Well done, down the line. Well done. Get it. Yeah!
And it's the first ever goal for Redcar Athletic under 21s.
That's a foul, referee.
Come on! Time cutting.
Work then, work.
Goal. 2-0, hopefully you caught that. Wind is playing havoc with this. And after a bit of a goalkeeping calamity there, Whitby Fishermen reduced the arrears 2-1.
Whinging about the ball there, so just stop whinging about it.
Sam, go and send you off.
Who wants it? Get to it!
Half time then, Whitby Development 1, Redcar Athletic under 21s 2. I think they'll be pretty happy, Redcar, with the opening 45 minutes of the season. Started actually the game very fluently, considering a lot of these players, most of them in fact have never played together before. So from that point of view, they've been very happy to have been 2-0 up quite early on in the match. Things went a little bit disjointed after that, partly because of some lengthy stoppages due to some leg injuries, partly because of first game back after pre-season, perhaps people hadn't quite warmed up right, etc. So there were a few lengthy delays for players on both sides, and that caused the game to lose a little bit of the fluency. Obviously Whitby got a goal back with that goalkeeping error, and since then it's been pretty even, but I would say coming towards the end of the game, Redcar was starting to look stronger again due to the end of that half. So everything to play for in the second half. We'll go back and see what happens in the second 45. And we're back underway for the second half.
Oh, I'd love. Come on, James.
Yeah, it's good in. 3-1.
Outstanding, you. I'd love. Next one. Come on. Come on. Wow.
Unlucky. Oh. Oh, I thought.
Make it brave. Come on. Worth a try.
Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Oh.
Oh, it's stand him up, stand him up.
Shoot. Well done.
Oh, great save.
Good save, son. Or the west. Yeah, the Midland one.
React.
Keep it alive.
Go on. Unlucky.
No, we're not done.
Oh, safe. And we've got club director John Wilberforce out enjoying the game tonight, enjoying the 4-1 lead.
In the sun.
Well done, boys.
And that is full time here at Esdale School. It finishes Whitby Fishermans Development 1, Redcar Athletic under 21s 4. So it finished Whitby Fishermans Development 1, Redcar Athletic under 21s 4. And once again, I ran out of battery on site, so I wasn't able to record this wrap-up video at the ground. But it turned out to be a pretty decent evening, didn't it, for the first ever outing for this new young side. A lot of promise was shown, and to be honest, were it not for a series of excellent saves from the whole home goalkeeper in the second half, I mean, it could have run up something close to a cricket score, because I think there were at least 5 or 6 one-on-one saves that he actually made in the second half. So considering they'd never played together as a team before, I think that was a pretty decent effort. If you're interested in catching any of those games, by the way, when they do come around, this new under-21 league, I think the Durham FA are going to be starting it in around September, late September. And all the games are going to be on the main Redcar Athletic pitch at the Hollow Sports Stadium. So obviously they'll be on a different night to when the first team's playing. So it'll be a chance for you to see an extra midweek fixture. And I think we're planning to produce a small programme for these games as well to give the under-21s a bit of extra coverage. So do look out for that. Obviously it'll be mentioned in our regular videos here on the Just a Sec channel. So a good night in Whitby. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I think we've improved a few things, hopefully, from the first matchday experience one. And the next video on this channel will be this Saturday, the 5th of July, and it is the first fixture for Redcar Athletic's first team this season. It's the Yellow Top Derby against our neighbours Redcar Town. And if you don't know why it's called the Yellow Top Derby, well, you will have to come back on Saturday and find out. I'll see you then.